I don't even know where to begin with this, so I guess I'll just start at the end of the life I thought I had. My husband and I have been together since I was 19. He was 22. We've been married for 6 years now. We have 2 beautiful kids together, and I'm currently 6 months pregnant with our third. For the longest time, I truly believed I had a good life. Not perfect, but safe. It was stable, felt loved. And then 2 years ago, everything started falling apart. My dad was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. My mum passed away when I was 12, so my dad has always been my person, my only parent. Honestly, one of the only people who's ever made me feel completely safe. He gives these giant bear hugs that somehow make every broken part of you feel stitched back together again. And his laugh, God, his laugh could light up the entire room. But about 5 months ago, the doctors told us the treatments had stopped working. I still hear the exact words in my head. Months, not years. Since then, he's gotten worse fast. The hardest part isn't even watching him get weaker. It's watching him slowly forget pieces of his own life. A few weeks ago, he looked at the dog he gave me for my 21st birthday and smiled. Then he asked, "Wow, that's a nice dog. Where'd you get it?" And I swear something inside me shattered right there. But through all of this, my husband has been incredible. Or at least, I thought he was. He held my hand through every appointment, every breakdown, every sleepless night. He stepped up with the kids, cooked dinners, rubbed my back when I cried. There were nights I remember looking at him thinking, I don't know what I'd do and how I'd survive without you. And maybe that's why this hurt so much. Because there was no warning signs. None. After my dad's prognosis got worse, my husband encouraged me to quit my job. At first, I refused. I think part of me was desperate to hold on to something normal. Then a month later, we found out I was pregnant again. And once again, he reassured me. He told me we'd be okay financially. That daycare would cost more anyway. That he wanted me home with the kids, especially with everything happening with my dad. So eventually, I quit, and I trusted him completely. Now here's the part that makes this whole thing feel almost unreal. My best friend. We've been best friends since diapers. Our mums grew up together. Her family became my family after my mum died. When my dad got the months, not years prognosis, I drove straight to her house, and she held me while I cried for hours. That's the kind of friendship we had, or at least the kind of I thought we had. My mum used to call us thick as thieves. Funny how those words mean something different now. This morning, my 3-year-old woke up sick around dawn. While I was trying to settle him down, my husband's work alarm started going off. He always sets multiple alarms. I turned the first one off and gently woke him up. He mumbled that he'd been up late working and decided to take the morning off. Then he rolled over and went back to sleep. It was nothing unusual or suspicious, just another normal morning. At least until I picked up his phone to turn off the rest of the alarms. That's when I saw the text message on his lock screen from her, my best friend. And it said, "I'm assuming since there hasn't been an angry pregnant lady on my doorstep, you haven't told her about us yet." And just like that, my entire world stopped. I took his phone into the bathroom and read everything. 4 months. For 4 months, my husband had been sleeping with my best friend. So that's 4 months of lies, 4 months of fake smiles, 4 months of them looking me in the eyes pretending to love me. And the sickest part, you would think there'd be signs. Late nights, distance, coldness, something, but there was nothing. He was still loving, still attentive, still kissed my forehead every morning, still asked about my dad, still held me when I cried. And her, she still called him like a brother. Imagine hearing someone say that while secretly sleeping with your husband. I keep replaying everything in my head, trying to figure out what I missed. But I didn't stop being a wife or a mother. Even through my grief, I still showed up every single day. I cooked, cleaned, loved my kids, checked on him, asked about his day. I didn't let myself disappear into sadness, so why did they do this to me? That's the question that keeps echoing in my head. And honestly, I don't even know if I want the answer. I know what happens next. Tomorrow I'm going to confront him. Tomorrow my life explodes. But today I just want 24 more hours before everything changes forever. 24 hours before my children's home becomes broken. 24 hours before I lose my husband, my best friend, and the future I thought I had. As for her, she'll never hear from me again. No screaming, no closure, no dramatic goodbye. I spent years cleaning up her messes and protecting her feelings. I won't do it one last time. She made her choice. Now, I'll make mine. And somehow, even with all of this, I know I'll survive. Not because I'm strong right now. Honestly, I feel completely destroyed. But because my children still need me, and I refuse to let this be the thing that breaks their mother. So now, I'm sitting here wondering, how do you grieve the loss of people who are still alive?
Imagine finding out your husband's cheating on you when you're pregnant with his child and your father is dying of cancer. Now imagine the woman he's cheating with is your best friend. Not just a close friend, your lifelong best friend. The kind of friendship where your families grew up together. That's exactly where this story starts. And somehow it only gets crazier from there. This woman, let's call her Sarah, had been with her husband Tyler since she was 19. By the time all this happened, they'd been married 6 years, had 2 children together, and a 3rd baby on the way. Life wasn't perfect, but from the outside, it looked stable. Until her dad got diagnosed with cancer. Her mom had already passed away when she was only 12, so her father was all she had left. And during all of this, Tyler played the role of supportive husband perfectly, encouraging her to step away from work, helping with the kids, being there emotionally. At least, that's what she thought. One morning, she went to wake him up, and that's when she saw the messages. Text from her best friend, Jess. At first it was confusion, then panic, then that horrible feeling when your body realises the truth before your brain catches up. The affair had been going on for 4 months. 4 months of lying, sneaking around, pretending everything was normal while she was pregnant and grieving her dying father. And here's what makes this story terrifying. She didn't explode immediately. She stayed calm. Because the second she realised what was happening, she started planning. She gathered evidence, screenshots, financial records, messages, all while pretending nothing was wrong. She even used her father's hospice care as cover so that Tyler wouldn't suspect she knew. That level of composure honestly feels unreal. While her husband thought he was getting away with it, she was already meeting with lawyers behind the scenes. Then she told the families. Both mothers were horrified, and when Tyler realised she had moved herself and the children out, he completely snapped. Damaged the house, tried to track her, even attempted to break into her father's home looking for her. He ended up getting arrested. At this point, Sarah's life was basically collapsing in every direction at once. Pregnant, her dad dying, divorce underway, kids in therapy, best friend betrayed her, husband turned violent, and somehow she still kept moving. Meanwhile, Jess, instead of apologising, she blamed Sarah. She actually sent messages saying Sarah stole Tyler from her, which is insane considering Sarah and Tyler were literally married with children. Tyler also started begging for reconciliation. Too late. The damage was already done. Then comes the unexpected part of the story. Jess had a brother named Jake, and unlike everyone else, Jake stepped up. He helped with the kids, checked on Sarah constantly, supported her father, helped however he could without crossing boundaries. And honestly, after everything she'd been through, he became one of the only stable people left in her life. Then Sarah's father passed away, and somehow, even during all of this grief, the divorce wrapped up surprisingly fast. Tyler gave her everything she asked for: full custody, visiting terms, assets. Maybe guilt, maybe exhaustion, who knows. But while Sarah was mourning her father and adjusting to life as a single mother, Tyler and Jess completely fell apart. Jess got cut off by her entire family. Tyler eventually abandoned her too, and in the middle of all that chaos, Sarah gave birth to a baby boy, slightly premature, but healthy. And here's the wild part. Jess's mother and Tyler's mother were both there helping her with the newborn. The two women basically chose Sarah and the children over their own cheating son and daughter. As months passed, Tyler drifted further and further away from his kids. Eventually, he stopped showing up altogether after getting a new girlfriend. Meanwhile, Jake stayed, quietly, consistently, helping with soccer games, cooking dinner, taking care of the kids like they were his own. And eventually, Sarah and Jake slowly started dating. And honestly, this is where the story changes. Because for the first time in a long time, Sarah started sounding happy again. Not surviving, not coping, actually happy. The kids adored Jake. One of them even started calling Jake Dad. But just when life finally seemed peaceful again, everything changed. Jess was found dead from a drug overdose, and nobody saw it coming. That's what makes this part so heavy, because despite everything Jess did, Sarah still loved her. They'd been friends since childhood, and before she died, Jess left behind letters. One of them explained that she believed Sarah was trapped in an unhappy marriage, and that sleeping with Tyler somehow became her twisted attempt to free her. At first it was revenge, then obsession, and eventually self-destruction. Jake blamed himself. Jess's mother completely shattered. Her father admitted he had emotionally grieved her long before she died. And Sarah? She was stuck grieving someone who both betrayed her and shaped her entire life. That kind of grief is complicated, but life kept moving. Jake stayed by her side through all of it, helping her heal, helping raise the kids, building a peaceful home together. And then one day, he proposed. Twice actually. The first time, Sarah asked him to wait until the grief settled. The second time, she said yes. And honestly, after everything this woman survived, maybe that's the part that hits hardest. Not the betrayal, not the revenge, not even the tragedy. It's the fact that after losing almost everything, she still found peace. And maybe that's a real ending people don't expect from life stories like this. Because sometimes your life completely falls apart just so the right one can finally begin. If this story kept you listening until the end, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. We release new videos twice a week, Thursdays and Sundays, between 1800 and 2000 BST. And before you go, the truth is often scarier than fiction.